This is a do-over. Hole saw bit here, too high. My babies, I get a mulligan. We got 3 of these Mountain Tree Media Bakki shower filter. 132 holes, really good for your fish's health. Check it out. Chef's kiss. Aloha, my ohana. It is your boy back with another aquatic adventure. Now, if you're new to the channel, we talk about everything in the aquarium hobby. This is a do-over, okay? I get a mulligan when I create content for you guys. I try to do a DIY project on my mini DIY pond. If you guys didn't see that video, it's right up above. Click that link, go check out that video, come back here. I guess you can say it's a makeup part 2. The makeup side of it is because I did a DIY project thinking I was gonna make my pond bigger, and it actually backfired on me and started to bow out and almost like collapsed, and yeah, it would have been a mess, but I caught it in time. So this is a makeup for you guys. You guys are gonna love this one. We are going to create a new DIY filter for the mini DIY pond. Now I'm excited because since we can't make the pond bigger, I'm gonna eliminate things from inside the pond, and then we're gonna reconstruct a brand new filter, which is called a Bakki shower filter. Super popular filters. They're kind of expensive too, but we're doing it DIY style. You don't want to miss it, all right, my ohana? Let's go to the far back corner. Let me show you what the new, I guess you can say, the old new DIY pond looks like. All right, my ohana, here is the mini DIY pond. As you can see, we took care of that 3rd high cinder block. We just went too high. I also want to give a huge thank you to everybody who helped and gave me some ideas on how I can make this bigger and higher. Some people were saying use cement, glue for the cinder blocks. The whole purpose of this little mini DIY pond is for anybody to put it together without using that many supplies. So basically I just got 2 cinder blocks, stacked it too high. We have a pond liner inside. All of these copings here, these little flagstones here around the brim, are all free stacked. There's no glue, no adhesive, no cement. And that was the ultimate goal. Plus, I didn't have a lot of room. A lot of people were saying, hey, you can double wall the sides, you know, add 2 more bricks behind it or 2 more cinder blocks. I just don't have much space. So it's very little space here in this area. But I also didn't want to cement any of these cinder blocks to the ground because I want to be able to break this down whenever I want. So it's not like a forever spot, but I just basically built this to show you guys how to do a little mini DIY pond in your backyard, on your patio. Now, I also got some comments on this umbrella that provides shade and this little clamp here. This umbrella I got on Amazon, and it's basically an umbrella for strollers for babies. You just attach it to your stroller and it provides some shade for your babies, and it is providing shade for my babies, my fish. So they're just hanging out in here. This thing works great. We are going to provide more space for these guys. So you can see I have Mountain Tree Media in there. That is the lotus root bacteria house. I also have an all-in-one filter that sits down inside here that takes up space. So since we can't make this bigger or taller, we're going to eliminate all of that, and we're going to create a new style of filter called a Bakki shower filter. Okay, so if you didn't know, a pond Bakki shower is a specialized filtration system designed to improve water quality in koi ponds and other aquatic environments. There's all different types of Bakki showers. Now, if you want to pay top dollar, there's some really cool ones out there, and I'm not mocking them at all, but obviously, you know, your boy's balling on a budget, so I'm going to do it DIY style. And I got to give a huge shout out to my boy James, the Koi Whisperer, who inspired this build. Go check out his channel, all right? So let's start to DIY our new Bakki shower filtration system. All right, my ohana, so we picked up some items at Lowe's. So we're starting off with the little planter boxes. We got 3 of these. They were like 15, 20 bucks. We picked up 1.5 inch black PVC pipe. Okay, so we got that. We picked up some pond hose, which is 1 inch. We also have our drill bits that we're going to use, okay? 79 millimeters, 3 1/8. Same thing with this drill bit here, or hole saw, I should say. Right there, 2 inch, 51 millimeters. We also have this bad boy, which we picked up on Amazon, which is a 2 inch bulk head. We picked up this multi-purpose hose adapter, which actually I take off that hose clamp there, but we picked this up on Amazon. As you can see, it has different size hoses that you can use. We're probably going to use this one. I believe this one is the 1 inch. This one or this one is the 1 inch. So you can actually just cut it off. So this is a multi-purpose hose adapter. A couple of hose clamps too as well, okay? We're also going to use this size drill bit. So First thing we're going to do is take our hole saw here and we're gonna cut a, right there, 79 millimeter or 3 1/8 inch hole into the side of one of these planter boxes. And just like that, we drilled our hole with our hole saw bit here. Perfect fit. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our 2-inch bulkhead and we are going to screw it in here. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this done. All right, so as you can see, this thing just comes apart. We're going to take our threaded piece and stick it in the inside and pop it out of the hole here, and then we are going to actually put our rubber washer that it comes with over the outside here. We're going to screw on this piece onto here and make it a nice watertight seal. So as you can see, I have the rubber washer on the outside, okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and screw this on just like that. We have our fitting on there. Don't over tighten it, all right guys? It's just plastic and rubber, okay? You can see the inside. Now this is where the water is gonna come out and go back into our pond. So now I just flipped over upside down one of these little planter boxes, and now we're gonna drill holes on the bottom of this. So we're gonna take our drill bit, and I think we're gonna go like 6 holes across the bottom, and I think we're going to drill, I don't know how many we're gonna drill. If you wanted to get really technical, you can get a measuring tape and measure out and space it out properly, but you know me, DIY style, we're just gonna eyeball it and kind of freestyle it. Just like that, I'm not gonna bore you guys with me drilling holes for like, I don't know, 30 minutes, but we drilled a total of 132 holes, not only on this one, but we had to do it on another one. So as you can see, this is one and this is the other one. So we have 2 of these bad boys drilled, a total of 132 holes. 132 holes per tray. So that's what? 264. And now that we have that done, we are going to take our hole saw drill bit right here, 2-inch, 51 millimeters, and we are going to eyeball it and probably drill a hole right about here, but one here and then one on this end here, and I'll show you what that's for. All right, there we go. As you can see, we kind of took a little bit of the top off, but I wanted it a little bit higher. Like I said, I just kind of freestyled it. So we got a hole down here, a hole down here. Now that's going to hold our PVC pipe, 1.5 inch PVC pipe. And we're going to do the same thing with the holes. We're going to drill a bunch of holes. It's going to be like on the bottom half of the PVC tube. All right. So let me go ahead and start drilling some holes with the same drill bit that we used for these holes on the pipe, and I'll show you what I mean. Look at, see, that's what I meant by halfway through. So we have our holes. We actually drilled out 3 rows of 25. So 3 rows times 25 is 75 holes on the bottom of this PVC pipe. See how the top part doesn't have any holes? We're gonna take our pipe and we're gonna slide it through the hole here. This is pretty much a spray bar, okay? And we're gonna put it all the way down until it goes into this hole. So this is going to just hold it in place. That's why we kind of drilled it like this, as you can see here. And don't worry about this end here, okay? We're gonna put a cap on it. Your boy's got a cap right here. So we're gonna go ahead and stick this cap. We're definitely gonna glue it, okay? But I just wanted to show you guys before I glue it. It looks like I gave myself about a 2-inch to 1.5 inch gap right in here, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and flip this back down. I'm gonna show you guys how this is all gonna work. So now let me go ahead and grab these 3 planter boxes and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna create this Bakki shower. All right, so this is what it looks like stacked, completely empty. Now this is the fun part. You can get so creative with filling these trays up with media. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But you know the type of media that I'm gonna use. Your boy's gonna use mountain tree media. So check it out. I got this spiral filter mat that I'm gonna cut to size so it fits down in these trays. You can use any type of media, but I highly recommend mountain tree media. Look at, this is what we're gonna use, the mountain tree lotus root bacteria house, but the minis, or the smalls, I should say. Look at these things. These are the large. This is what I have in my pond, Tiki Falls. Yeah, look how little these things are. Oh, it shows you the different sizes that they have. We got a whole box of this. I think I'm gonna use the entire box if I'm not mistaken. Not only do these house beneficial bacteria, look at all that surface area. There's so much surface area. The most important thing is also adds minerals to the water, like potassium, magnesium, zinc, and that is really good for your fish's health. So we're gonna go ahead and get creative and start filling this bad boy up and creating our Bakki shower. So let me go ahead and cut these to size. So this is our top Bakki shower filter. Now check it out, look where the holes end. Perfect, right over the spiral filter mat. Same thing on this side here, look at, perfect. So the water is going to be coming out right onto the filter mats. That's exactly what we wanted. Now you guys are probably wondering, what do you mean the water? So I got this little hose here. This is a, I don't know, a 90? I think it's a 90 degree. So we're gonna add it right here to the end of this PVC pipe. And these hoses I actually got at Lowe's, and it comes with a hose clamp. So you can automatically just tighten this onto the hose clamp, 1.5 inches. This is gonna come down, and then that's when our multi-purpose hose adapter here is gonna go up in here, and it's gonna be sticking down, and then we add our hose to it. So then we're gonna attach it to a pump. Water's gonna get pumped up and pumped through the top spray bar, which is going to drizzle, which is the shower part, over this filter mat. Okay, so now let me show you what we're going to do to the second. All right, so this is our second shower. As you can see, we added 7 of the small lotus root bacteria houses. That's about right, 7. And then we're also gonna put another filter mat on top of that. As you can see, we're gonna have this thing packed with media. Now, let me show you what we're going to do to the last tray. All right, so this is the very bottom tray of the Bakki shower, and as you can see, full of lotus root bacteria house, a total of 16 in here. So man, I tell you what, we're gonna have so much beneficial bacteria, and I think I'm gonna add another spiral filter mat on top. So this is going to be on the bottom. Let me go ahead and stack them all 3 up and show you what it looks like. Here is our DIY Bakki shower in full effect. I'm gonna show you guys how it works. All right, we're gonna break it down. Okay, so we have our multi-purpose hose right here. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this off right about there, and we're gonna fit our 1-inch hose onto this. Hose is gonna go down into the pond where we're gonna have a pump that's gonna pump water up the hose into this 90 degree over to our spray bar, which we have right here with our holes, right? And now that spray bar or the water is gonna be shooting through this 1.5-inch PVC pipe, and it's gonna be showering down over the spiral filter mats, okay? There's a total of 2 spiral filter mats in this top level. Then the water is gonna trickle down, which is the shower effect, and it's gonna drop down into this second one here, okay? Now, don't forget, remember, we cut holes on the bottom of the first 2. So the water's gonna drop down, shower down onto this spiral filter mat, and then underneath that, we have 8 of the lotus root bacteria house that's in the second tray. Then the water's gonna trickle down the holes of the second one and drop down to another spiral filter mat. And then we have lotus root bacteria house full of that too as well, which I believe we have a total of 16 more there. I don't know, we just have a lot of lotus root bacteria house in our DIY Bakki showers. We're gonna go ahead and take it to our mini DIY pond, cross my fingers, and we're gonna hook this up, okay? Let's head over to the pond. Okay, my ohana, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. This has gotta be one of my favorite DIY builds. Wait till you see this thing. It came out chef's kiss. Perfect. Let me flip the camera on and show you guys this new DIY Bakki shower filtration system for the mini DIY pond. I don't know if you guys are ready to see this, my ohana, but there it is. Check it out, the DIY Bakki shower filtration system for the mini DIY pond. Look how much room they got. So we don't have that huge eyesore in the pond, which is the filter pond by SICCE, the all-in-one filter. All we have is a pump right there. Now that pump is about I think it's a 1,200 gallon per hour pump that sits right there in the corner. We got our hose, let's break it down. We got our hose that runs up through here. We have our hose connector right here. We got our hose clamp. It goes up through the 90 degree into our pipe, our spray bar, and you can see the water. Check out the water. You see the water coming through? Look it, all the way down over the spiral filter mat. And then the same thing with the backside over here. Let's go on this side. You can see it, look it, all the way down. And it's working. And then that water trickles through 2 of the filter pads, and then it drops down to the second tray, and you can kind of see it down inside there. You see it working? water is trickling down through another spiral filter mat by Mountain Tree, and then it trickles down over some of the lotus root bacteria house, the small ones, the little cute baby ones, and then that water drops down and falls onto another spiral filter mat, and then it drops over into all of the remaining lotus root bacteria houses that we have on the bottom tray. And then the water comes out of the pipe that we have there, and you can always add an extender if you guys want it to extend out further. But I like the way it's working, and it's also supplying water agitation, a beautiful sound too. If you guys want some beautiful water sound, it's perfect for a patio. Look at the fish. They're hanging out over here, but I can put like maybe, I want to get 4 more Tamasaba goldfish inside this little mini pond and make it the official Japanese Tamasaba goldfish pond. That's what we're going to recall it. But check it out. Look what I did. I'm going to back out a little bit. Look at the plants. So these are all plants that I got at the dollar store. Yeah, I just dressed it up a little bit so it looks so much cooler. Big shout out to Mountain Tree. Check it out. This thing just looks awesome. I love the way this turned out. The DIY Bakki shower. Man, we can put so many more fish in here because it's loaded with a ton of lotus root bacteria house that's going to house a ton of beneficial bacteria. Look at this thing. It's awesome. Look at back here. There's no leaks down here. So I was constantly looking, checking here. No leaks here on the hoses. Oh, man. And then over here at the end with the cap, we glued it. So there's no leaking there at the end. But the spray bar was a success. I'm super happy the way this turned out. And this is a smaller one. They actually have a bigger one that's probably from that end to that end. So you can get so creative with this. I'm giving you guys some ideas on this Bakki shower DIY style. Boom, and there you have it. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments of the new DIY Bakki shower filtration system for the DIY mini pond. I told you guys I was gonna make it up to you. I owed it to you. And I think I nailed it on this DIY build. Super easy to build, all right, guys? Big shout out to Mountain Tree. Thank you, Mountain Tree, for supporting your boy, the Hawaiian Fish Keeper. Go check them out. All their links will be down in the description below. I'll see you guys in that next video. Take care, much love, and aloha.